How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk about Virgin Galactic and two different things that could send the stock plummeting. So I want to talk about it because it is one of the most exciting stocks out there and one of the most exciting companies out there, what they're trying to do. Before we get into it, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate that. And if you do want to get some free stocks, WeBull has 3 free stocks if you deposit $100, going for a couple more days. So you can use the link down there in the description. It really helps out the channel, so I appreciate it. So Virgin Galactic on Thursday had kind of a mixed day, right? So it was up about 2%, but it's been back and forth over the last couple days and actually has been down on the week. So if we look here, there's actually a big bump Tuesday that I'm going to talk about. It went up 6%, and there's kind of some miscommunication on that. And then since then, it's down about 14%. So this is definitely a speculative stock. This is not a stock that you invest in if you just want some normal gains, some 5-10% gains. But it is a very exciting stock to watch and a very exciting stock for a handful of reasons. But like I said, there are two catalysts that are coming up that could really send the stock down based on history, and they could also send it up a little bit. So we'll go over that in a second, but I want to cover what happened on Tuesday first because it was an interesting thing that happened. So they got a little bit of a boost because of a classic, well-known short seller whose name is Jim Chanos, who was talking about Virgin Galactic. Now, what he said was he was bullish about the space sector, and it was kind of interesting because we didn't really know that he was joking about it, but later on he was saying that no, I was just kidding around. He's a famous short seller, so it was kind of weird because he makes his living and he is well known for betting against companies, not for saying that he's bullish on them, which is part of the reason that the stock went up so dramatically. A lot of people thought of that as a very good sign. Now, he was one of the essential people that uncovered the Enron fraud. So while other people were really bullish on Enron, he was one of the people that actually helped pick it out. It does give him some credibility, right? So it was a $89 stock, and then it dropped down to 10 cents. So it is quite amazing. Now, as of now, there are a lot of bullish people on the stock, a lot of bullish analysts. You can see here all 8 analysts covering the company rate it as a buy, and the average target price is $26.50. You can see here that would be about a 30% increase. So that is a good sign. I mean, generally you like when analysts actually like the company. Now, of the upcoming events, there are a couple catalysts that are very important. As you can see here, and we've talked about this a little bit, but they are planning a final round of testing, and that flight window actually opens up today. So on October 22, this is the time of this recording, the flight window opened. Now, of course, by the time you see this, it's a day past, but this is going to be an interesting thing because the flight window isn't necessarily the day that they are actually sending up the next flight, but it is when they can start sending it up. So they haven't given an exact date, but it will be interesting, right? Because this is a very big thing for the company. Now, on this flight, you can see here, 2 pilots will crew the spacecraft and cargo, including several research products that will be carried in the cabin, assuming everything goes well and the engineers sign off. They say that they can move on to the next phase, which will involve the company mission specialists and engineers being loaded into the passenger cabin. They will evaluate all hardware, camera settings, and which angles will provide the best views. So they are really looking at moving forward, and we've talked about this before, right? If this goes well and the next test goes well, Richard Branson is most likely to go up in one of their spacecrafts early next year. And of course, a lot of these things get put off a little bit, so it might be mid next year, but that will be a great thing for the company. Now, I do want to say though, this is one of the first 2 things that could send the stock plummeting. Just because they're trying to send this spacecraft up doesn't mean that the stock is going to go up. If there is any issue, if there's a delay, if heaven forbid there is some kind of explosion or anything like that, or crash, it could send the stock plummeting. And this is such an interesting stock, right? They are trying to commercialize space flight. They are trying to literally send anyone that has the money up into outer space to get a once in a lifetime experience. At least as of now, there's nothing like it. But if there is some kind of issue that is going to be horrible for the company and could send the stock plummeting, like we said, because it is a very speculative stock. Like we said, it went up 6% just because of one short seller being bullish about it. I mean, of course, that can happen with any stock, but you see huge fluctuations with this company. You see 10%, every week or so, and it is something that is highly speculative. Now, the other thing that I want to cover before, you click off or anything, if you were thinking about it, they are going to announce earnings somewhat soon. So November 5, just a couple weeks away, they're going to announce earnings. They are estimated to lose about 27 cents per share. Now, last quarter, they were estimated to have about negative 20 cents a share, and they actually lost 30 cents a share. So personally, as an investor, I do own shares in SPCE or Virgin Galactic. I don't really care about this at all. Let's just be honest. I really don't care about this earnings. They aren't really trying to make money. They're not expecting to make money. They are just trying to, progress and keep on growing and keep on researching and get closer to their end goal. But, there is some kind of pressure for them to do well. I mean, no one really expects it, but there still are sell-offs when they have bad earnings. Like last quarter, we saw a negative 30 cents, which as an investor, I don't care about that. But if you look here, that was on August 3. If you notice, right after that, we were down about 14%. Then we went down another couple percent, then another percent or two. And just in 4 days throughout the week, we were down 25%. And then it just kept on falling down to a depth of about 35%. So personally, I don't care how this next earnings go. I don't care if we're losing money as long as we have enough cash to cover it. And you can see here we have been burning through some cash, right? So December 2019, we had 480 million. In March, we had 420. In June, we had 360. So we are burning through about 60 million a quarter. But when you consider the fact that we are up pretty big on the year, right? If you just take a look at our 1 year, we still are up about double from where we were last year. We could dilute the shares a little bit if we need to, or gain some kind of investment or get some kind of loan. But I think we still have a good amount of runway. And again, I don't really care at this point. If we are just able to hit our goals and be able to actually do what we want to do, the stock is going to go up. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a crystal ball, but if you are smart, you don't care about these earnings. But I did want to report that because that is something that could happen if we have another bad quarter. I don't want to say that it's going to stay the same because it could drop off. Now, personally, I am not selling any of this beforehand, trying to time that out. I am a long-term investor in Virgin Galactic. I mean, I don't know if we had a crash if I would sell out. So if there was some issue like that, I might try to sell out. But if we have nothing bad that's happening, I'm not going to sell Virgin Galactic no matter where it goes. I plan on holding it long-term and investing very long-term with this stock. This is a 5, 10, 20-year play, and I'm really excited about it. So let me know your thoughts below. Again, this is just really exciting stuff that's coming up. The flight window is coming up soon. There's earnings are coming up, so there'll be a little volatility in the stock. But I think it is going to be really interesting to see what happens going forward and see where the stock goes. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting the link down below to WeBull if you want those free stocks. Thank you for commenting where you think this is going to go. What do you think about Virgin Galactic? And I will see you in the next video. Bye.